Hi everyone, and welcome to your 20-minute heart opening wake up well flow. So for today's class, we're really going to be welcoming, using our sun salutations, kind of welcoming in all of that energy that we need to start the day. So specifically I did this class and I made sure that it was 20 minutes long, so it was something that you could fit more easily into your morning to start off the day with. So when we are ready, we're going to come down to a comfortable seated position, either kneeling or maybe cross-legged. Just drop the head down, take the chin into the chest and close down the eyes. Just for a second here, noticing the breath as you inhale and exhale. And actively just being aware, if you don't have them up already, just taking those palms up towards the sky. Allowing us to welcome in that energy. Inhale here and exhale. We're going to come through some neck rolls. So inhale, take the head, chin down and then round up to the right. Exhale, drop it down through center. Inhale, take it up to the left. Keep the eyes closed here, just working through these stretches. Exhale down and then inhale back up to the right again. Exhale. And inhale. Maybe even finding a full circle now. Exhaling back through center, inhaling round to the right, and then maybe taking the head back, opening through the throat chakra, Vishuddhi, working round and dropping back down through center. If you've taken a full circle, when you come back to center, inhaling, coming up to the left, and working the whole way around in the opposite direction. Lovely. Interlacing those hands and just taking them gently behind the head, drawing the elbows down, gently just stretching out through the neck here. Just applying a teeny tiny bit of pressure. And inhaling, slowly coming up. Maybe opening out, lifting through the chest, dropping the head back, keeping those fingers interlaced behind the head. And as you come back to neutral, interlacing, pushing that interlace up. Push that energy up, growing tall. Exhale, releasing those hands, bringing them back down to the knees. And to start off today, we're going to work through some of our seated sun salutations. So gently fluttering open those eyes, and then coming round onto the mat. Coming to the back of the mat in that kneeling position. And the first one, I'll invite you to do so with your eyes open. Have a watch of how I'm doing things, and then the next two afterwards, you can really close your eyes if you'd like to, and take it more as a moving meditation. As we inhale, we stretch those arms up, palms reach together. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, sweep them all the way up and come up to high kneeling as you do so. Exhale, take the hands behind you, forehead comes to the mat, child's pose. Inhale, we reach those fingers forwards, wave the body down to the mat so that we come down to the belly. Exhale here. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, finding that baby cobra. Exhale, plant down through the hands, tuck under the toes, fly the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here, pedaling out through the feet, checking in with how the body is feeling. Breathing, breathing, loosening up through those legs, maybe dropping down through those elbows as well. And when we're ready, rocking forwards, dropping down through the knees, untucking the toes so that you're in a tabletop position. Exhale, draw the hands back. Inhale, lift up back to that kneeling position. So working through that 2 more times. This time I invite you to keep those eyes closed if you'd like to. Inhale, taking the hands up, palms together. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, come up to high kneeling, palms together again. Exhale, take the hands behind you, forehead to the mat, child's pose. Inhale, reach the fingers out long, wave the body down, coming down onto the belly. Inhale here, lift through that chest, lift the head, shine the chest forwards. Exhale, push down through the hands, tuck under the toes, fly the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking your time here and just asking yourself the question, what does my body need, what is my body feeling? And then answering through your movement. And maybe you'd like to move, maybe you'd like to stretch out, or maybe you want to find that stillness here. Keeping those eyes shut, breathing in as that energy moves around the body. Inhale, roll forwards, drop the knees, untuck the toes. Exhale, draw everything back. Inhale, sit up tall. Working through that again. Inhale, palms come together. Exhale, draw them down through the heart center. Inhale, high kneeling, hands together. Exhale, take them behind you, forehead to the mat. Inhale, we sweep forwards onto the belly. Exhale here. Inhale, lift. Find that baby cobra, lift the chest, lift the head, maybe taking those hands off. Exhale, push down, tuck under the toes, down dog. Take that moment of stillness here if you need it, or take the movement. To your practice, listening to the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming through tabletop, dropping to the knees, untucking the toes. This time from tabletop, seeing if you can find an inhale, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, come back through neutral. Draw the hands towards you. Inhale, lift up. Taking hands onto the knees, lovely everyone. Gently just fluttering open those eyes. Staying with that breath. Taking the knees slightly wider and sitting back on the heels as if we were coming through a wide leg child's pose. We're going to take the right hand behind us, and as we inhale we're going to lift the hips, lift the bum, sweep the left arm up and round, open through that chest, open through the heart space. As we exhale we sweep that left arm round, left arm grounds, we lift the hips, inhale, right arm works its way round, lift, open through the chest, maybe drop that head back. So dancing camel. Exhale, we start to sweep. As the hand grounds, we inhale, left arm sweeps up, we work round. Keeping going with this movement. So exhale, left arm starts to sweep down. As the left hand grounds, right arm picks up on the inhale. And we work round, open through the chest. So taking a couple more of these, working in your own time with your own breath. So you might be going slower than me, you might be going faster, whatever it is. Just keeping that movement going. Taking your last one more on each side. Coming back through neutral. Taking a second here, dropping that chin down, hands grounding onto the knees, and then taking the hands in front, walking yourself out to that tabletop position. It's just checking your alignment here, making sure shoulders are stacked above wrists, hips stacked above knees. We're going to work through some traditional cat-cow. So as we inhale, we lift the chest, lift the head, drop the belly. Exhale, we arch through that back, drop the head down. It's just working through this a couple of times, waking up through that spine, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, And then taking just a second here as you come back through neutral to find some intuitive movement. So maybe you would like to pad out through the hands, taking those fingertips round and towards you, stretching out through the forearms. Maybe you'd like to make circles here with the body, just knowing that nobody's watching you. So moving however you wish, moving in a way that serves you. Finding that stretch, working, keeping that breath going as you move. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Then as we come back through neutral, taking your time, we come down onto the belly, drop everything down. Taking the hands in front, finding Sphinx, so elbows stacked above shoulders. Inhaling here, taking that gaze forwards, reaching those fingertips out. So from here, taking that left hand into center, just bending that right knee in, so foot's coming towards the bum, keeping everything switched on, so glutes, legs switched on. Taking a second here, and then if you would like to, taking that right hand behind you, taking hold of that ankle or the foot, just gently tugging towards you, feeling that stretch working down, lifting through the chest, lifting through the head. Just noticing here if anything within the leg, if your muscles have switched off slightly. As soon as you put that hand there, have your glutes switched off, have your leg muscles switched off, just switching everything back on. Lifting. One more inhale. Exhale, release it back down. Taking that right hand into center now. Lifting that left leg up, either flexing through that ankle or pointing the toes. Keeping everything switched on here, and then if you'd like to, taking that left hand round, taking hold of the foot or the ankle, just deepening that stretch a little bit more, but making sure we're still staying turned on through the glutes. Gaze is still forward, lifting through that chest. Staying with that breath here, in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, release it down. We're going to just stretch through the shoulders, through the arms. So taking right arm out to a cactus shape, lowering the body down, taking the ear onto the mats. We're going to roll over onto our side, so using that left hand to push the body up and over. Making sure that ear is to the mats. You're going to feel this stretch working through the arm here already, the right arm. Option, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, to take that left foot behind you, open out slightly more through that hip. Maybe even taking left arm behind you as well. Shutting down the eyes here. Feeling into that stretch working its way through the arm. Noticing any tingling sensations that might be forming. Staying with that breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, using the hand to slowly roll yourself back over. Moving mindfully here, and then just wiggling through those fingertips of the right arm before you release it, getting any movement back. And taking left arm out into cactus, coming to find the same stretch on the other side. So using that right hand to push you up and over, coming onto your side, ears down to the mats. And either staying here, or if you'd like to deepen, taking that right leg behind you, maybe even that right hand, letting it drop down. Closing down the eyes here. Noticing any of those tingling sensations working through the arms. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhale. Roll back out, come back onto the belly. Once again, wiggling through those left fingertips, quickly getting some movement back. And then using the hands to push up, take the hips back and come into a child's pose. Taking the hands behind you here, so taking the forehead down to the mat, and taking the hands behind you, curling yourself up into this little ball. Maybe taking a grasp of the opposite wrist, maybe wrapping those hands underneath the feet, letting the shoulders drop forwards, just finding a roll from side to side. Breathing. When you're ready, gently releasing those hands and slowly pushing back up to a kneeling position. Over a lot of today's class, been working through some heart openings. So our final pose today is going to be a bit of a longer hold. It's going to be more of a relaxation, almost like a shavasana at the end of our class. So I encourage you, if you do have a bolster, this is brilliant. If you don't have a bolster, maybe finding some pillows. Just taking it gently behind you, and we're going to come into a heart opening, Supta Baddha Konasana. So either taking those legs out in front, like so, and you want to have the bolster just so that you're opening through the chest. If you don't have a bolster and your pillows aren't giving you enough lift, you could also take some blocks and then put your pillows on top of the blocks. And when you're ready, just lowering down. So you want the chest to be lifted here, head to be lifted, nice opening through the shoulders. And then taking the hands out to the sides. Either staying here or option to bring the soles of the feet together, finding that Supta Baddha Konasana opening out through the hip space as well. And if you are here, you might like to take the hands maybe to the heart space, maybe onto the thighs. But wherever you are, just slowly starting to release the body down. Staying with that breath. Closing those eyes. And we know that these hearts opening poses can really bring up a lot of emotion. They can bring up a lot of feelings. So if anything is coming up for you, just allowing it in, welcoming it and allowing it to sit with you through this pose. Keeping with that breath in and out through the nose. And I want you to just imagine yourself welcoming in all of that positive energy. Allowing all of that energy into the heart space, into the body. Allowing it to nourish the body, every single part. All the way from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. Welcoming that prana, that life force in. Taking one more big inhale. Imagining that energy filling the body, and then exhale, letting go. Gently bringing yourself back up to seated. So using the hands to help you, moving slowly. We've had the back quite open, so we don't want to be pushing ourselves too hard. Using the hands to bring ourselves back up, keeping those eyes closed. Coming round to a comfortable seated position, maybe cross-legged. Dropping the chin, feeling into that darkness, bringing the palms together at heart center, just gently rubbing them, cultivating, creating some heat between the hands, and then taking them over the eyes, breathing here, feeling into that second of darkness before you release those hands and flutter open the gaze, taking it out in front of you and lifting up to welcome in the day. Thank you guys. I really hope you enjoyed that practice. Let me know if you did, and I hope it has really set you up for a beautiful start. Thanks.